Hello, everyone. Welcome to Idols of Pune. I am sure this journey where we are getting to know many idols of Pune and we are exploring, we are learning new things that what are these people doing and why we are naming them as diamonds, right? These are real diamonds. Today, I have one more beautiful diamond with me. Her name, no, I'll not tell her name, but let me introduce her that what is she and what has she been doing throughout. So, she is a director with IIBM Groups of Institute, founder member of Jet India Institute. She is there in the field of education from past 18 years. 18 years, imagine. And she has helped more than 1,500 rural areas students to get right direction for their professional growth and under Skill India Development Initiative. More than 200 students working abroad successfully. When you look at something where we talk about skills, her name will be the first that comes to our mind. She is, as a volunteer, she is working with Aga Khan Network as Women Development Portfolio from past 6 years. So not just education, but as women development also, she has been working. She is there in the boards and uh, she has organized different soft skills uh, workshops, so many things she has done with workshops for digital marketing, for uplifting women, for educating them, and for the kids. And above that, it's 250 career guidance seminars she has done for 10th and 11th, 12th. I am sure viewers, those who are watching, you would really, really like to know who's this diamond I'm talking about. Let me introduce you to Shireen Vastani. Hello, ma'am. Welcome to the Idols of Pune.
Hello, everybody. And first of all, I would like to actually, congratulate also and thanks Bobby Karnani and WC for this kind of platform that you are giving, and you're actually, recognizing us as a diamonds. And yes, it is an appreciation for us, and people like us can work more better, towards the development in the society, whatever small contribution that we are doing. And you being a part of it also, yes, thank you so much for, inviting us.
You. So, on behalf of VNWC team, Bobby Karnani, and the whole core team, we welcome you for this Idols of Pune. It is really a privilege to call you a diamond because the work that you have done is not less than that. A coal takes a lot of churning, a lot of pressure to become a diamond. I can see the 18-year career that you had with a lot of pressure, it has come out as a diamond. So, ma'am, congratulations to you for all the hard work that you have done till today
Thank
and
you.
the work that you're going to do in future.
Thank you.
Uh, so, ma'am, when I talk about when I was going through your profile, you have mentioned about the director with IIBM colleges. So, what is IIBM all about? It is just a normal management college, or it has something specific visioned for this college?
Yes, I would be happy, to share this on this platform about this college. International Institute of Business Management is the full form of IIBM Group of Institutes. We actually started this in the year 2008 with the vision of actually training the manpower. Mainly, we're talking about the service sector now.
Okay,
So when we talk about the service sector, it's a very large sector, if you know, in service industry. So
absolutely.
mainly, what we talk, focusing on is the travel part, the travel and tourism part. I'm sure everybody is traveling, and they love to take the service of the travel industry. So yes, we are actually, giving the right kind of manpower to the industry. Then comes the hospitality industry, the hotel industry we're talking about. I'm sure that when people go and they get that hospitality, and they love to take that hospitality. So we are actually, giving that kind of manpower Also about the cruise, we are also training students for the cruise management also. So cruise
Wow.
liner is also one of the thing that we're training students on. And then we have other courses like BBA, BCA, which is from Pune University. Then we also have a junior college,
Oh,
for
wow.
11th and 12th. We do have a school also because it's a IIBM group of institute that we're talking. Though school is not really connected with the college, but we are a part of the same group. So we
Okay.
have Cambridge International School, which is also CBSE board, that we are,
Hmm.
and we have around 2,000 students at the moment.
Wow.
This journey of 13 years that I would like to, share was not very easy, of course, because in today's time in a city like Pune, to get that kind of, that recognition, and have that because we're surrounded with best of the colleges. It's an education hub that we're talking about, Pune
Absolutely.
being an
Absolutely.
education hub. And the journey was when we started, you won't believe that we only had few students, though we have very big campus and but very less students. To make the crowd understand about the skill development, why do they have to take? So our main focus, if you see, of this college is to develop the crowd about and make them aware about the skill because it's not about education, so I myself, when I take the seminar, and I myself have been to smallest of the village. I mean, you name it and I can tell you, I have been there to the smallest of the village and talking to the crowd who do not understand even Hindi for that matter, and probably sometimes the Marathi is also so different that you're not able to, but language is never a barrier if you want to make the other person understand. So making the parents also understand, the parents are the main people who actually should know that why my child should study. Now
Mm-hmm.
about the villages, I'll tell you, they only understand that my child should be educated.
Correct.
No, your child should be knowledgeable. So there is a difference between just being an educated person, and you need to be educated as well as knowledgeable. So explaining that, but it's been a lovely journey. We must have in this entire journey, or I can say the IIB group of institute family that we're talking about. At the moment, we have 3,000 students with us. When we
Wow.
talk about the entire group, and if I talk about the parents, I can say we are more than around 10,000 families that we are actually connected with till
Wow.
now.
Lovely. Lovely.
So this is like a very big contribution that we are doing. And thousands of students getting knowledgeable, um, being independent is what we are aiming at. It's a blessing, I can say. You can sleep at peace at night that you're doing something for the society. Otherwise, just earning and all, yes, of course you can do it, but there's something that you need to feel from inside that you're doing something for somebody. So
Absolutely.
when I travel to the airport, or you get a chance, or any of the member, when you go and see them working at the airport or any of the five-star hotels or any of the company that we go, and when the students say, "Hello, ma'am, I'm your student of this and this year," you feel so good. You
Wow.
feel
I'm
really
sure.
nice. Yeah.
I can understand this because recently, even from the college I was passed out was from Bangalore, and on the airport I happened to meet my chairperson. I said I'm some so and so batch, and I'm doing this. So I could see the real smile, the satisfaction on my chairperson's face
Right.
also, that he was very very happy. So I can understand, I
Right.
can relate to it, that what you would be feeling, this satisfaction, contentment, seeing your students growing with leaps and bounces.
Yes.
Ma'am, when you talk about Skill India, in where there is a lot of thing that Mr. Narendra Modi, our Prime Minister, is talking about Skill
Yes.
India. So, ma'am, the skills that you look at, it's only for the service industry, for your colleges, or something else also that you look forward
Uh,
for?
as of now, we're targeting the service sector. Service
Okay.
sector being the most, I can say there's a lot of demand. So when we are going around talking to companies, everybody is talking about customer.
Hmm.
Everybody is talking about the customer. It's all about. Customer is God right now. We used to, few years back, we used to say customer is the king, if you remember. So gone are the
Yes.
days, today customer is God, you know. So when all the companies are actually treating their customers as God, you know, so it's all about service first. And then when the service is there, it's not about just buying a product, it's about after product service, what you're giving. So all the companies that we've noticed, I would like to share this, that I recently placed one of my student in a hospital. So they took the students from us, and we were very surprised that why hospital is coming to us. I mean, medical industry coming to the service sector or the hotel management institute, or because they want somebody to when they're dealing with their patients also, they should have that kind of impression, their impression they are talking about,
Hmm.
so it's all about the service sector and customer being the god, and the demand coming from the industry. We are more focusing on this particular thing. But yes, we do have, which I would like to share because it's the best platform that I should announce right now. So we're getting into medical industry also. We're
Wow.
starting a different institute with a different name, and I've been very busy with the same. And we are also going to contribute now in medical sector to do with paramedical industry. So this is support staff that we're talking about who supports. I mean, the paramedical, in the people actually are the main people in the medical industry, if you see. So doctors are there, of course, but there are so many help that you needed by the other staff members. So now
That's
we are going
true.
to cater to that also. We are going to have the manpower trained for the medical industry, and we are going to give in the best of the hospitals, our students. So we are, yes, getting into that
Wow.
also. Yeah.
That is so wonderful, ma'am, because in this pandemic we have understood the importance of health, and which has been there. This
Absolutely.
1.5 years, 1.5 years, almost gonna be 2 years now.
Yes.
It was not that easy. It was not
Absolutely.
an easy. Doctors were at, and you require a lot of support system. So I think
Right.
you would be contributing in making the it India as a fit India too movement
I
by
hope.
giving the right type of skills to the students so that they can reach out to a right
Yes.
facilitator and provide this service. Ma'am,
Absolutely.
the generation gap of the service industry and the market which is there, generally I've heard from the experts that there is a lot of gap which is being taught and which has been there, the requirement of the market is, so generally there is a gap. And I'm sure, do you do extra things to fill in that gap?
We
Because
are feeling.
parents
Yes.
actually look forward for those things, because industry need is different and things taught at college are different. So
Absolutely.
there's a gap. So what do
There's a
you do
gap.
to fill up that gap? Because I'm sure parents would be wanting you to answer this question.
Yes, yes. And more than India, I would, since you told me that it's about, making India beautiful, I would rather say that we're contributing a lot about Maharashtra to contribute a lot, because when we talk about typical Maharashtrian students who are around, are, if you get to see, if you know the statistics also, so there are multinational companies in Pune, a city like Pune, but we have outside people coming and taking up the jobs and all. See, this is the main concern. If you go
Hmm.
deep down and just think about it, wherein our we stay in Maharashtra, and these people who are Maharashtrian, they comes from different villages, small towns. They are lacking somewhere when we talk about their appearance, when we talk about the knowledge. Hence, Pune being an IT hub, and so many opportunities, people are coming from outside and taking up the jobs. But people from Maharashtra are not taking up the jobs. So the whole concern here is that how do we actually polish them? How do we
Hmm.
actually transform them so that they take the jobs not only in Maharashtra but across the world?
Oh
And
wow.
if not today, then when is the question? Like
So
अब
true.
नहीं तो
The
कब
cup.
और कौन? So this was the question कि अब हम भी अगर, if we also think that okay, who's going to go to the village and actually educate them that what is need to be done? it's not about just being graduate, it's about being knowledgeable, so who's going to do that initiative? We also had a choice to just take the green crowd, make it more better, get into it. It was more easier. But reaching out to such people and transforming them and seeing them working and growing, trust me, it gives you so much of happiness. It's a
I am
reward. It's
sure.
a
I
reward.
am sure. I am sure this would be something which every institute really works hard for. I'm sure you have done so much of research. You have gone to the roots to work on
Yes.
it. So it is the hard work that has been paying you off. That you have a family of more than 10,000 parents with you, right?
Yes.
And kids are doing, the children, your students are doing very good in every sector
Absolutely.
that they have been placed to. Ma'am,
Yes.
when I look at, would really like to know about this Aga Khan network and the thing that you're doing in your community as a social work, because there are different networks that we know it. But especially with
Okay.
regards to Aga Khan, I have very high regards for that because it's near to my place because I stay in Viman Nagar, and whenever we
Okay.
have a free time, we generally go to Aga Khan Palace. So,
Okay.
would like to know what is it all about because we are very new and we don't know much about it.
Okay, so I would like to talk about my community. I belong to Ismaili community, we also known as Khoja community. So this community is basically the Ismaili community, which is not exactly the Muslim community. Also, we have a prayer place where we go and pray, and it's a short prayers, and there is no restrictions about it. It's a very higher kind of community where we are. The community is also concerned. The Aga Khan community is also concerned about the education, about the health of the community people, about of course the spiritual knowledge also, because we have that kind of training also there. From 1 year onwards or 6 months onwards, the kids learn about the religious studies. Then we also have for the health, for welfare, because somebody who's not doing good, so people are there to help them out. So there are different boards who are actually taking care of a particular thing. The whole motive of this community is not just come and pray, but also about the development we are talking about. And the community is parallelly working with the world. Whatever is going out outside in the world, the community people should be, trained on the same, should be aware about it, and they should go hand in hand. It should not be that we're only being religious or we're talking about the religious studies, but it's all about that you should know what's going on in the world and you need to be with them. You need to walk with them. For that, there are different boards that are there to help them to do different programs also. So I'm talking about my board, that why I was more interested to get into the women development board, because what I believe, from my, when I was also very young, because if you see, I am like, I started my career 18 years back. So yes, I lost my father at that age, when I was just 16. And that was a turning point, you can say, because was not aware about the world at all. Was just getting the money to pay for your whatever your expenses are there and whatever you want to buy. But suddenly, when you want to face the world in that age, was very difficult. So I had to complete my studies also and actually do it all this. So when my journey has been very tough. So what my interest was, and I have seen my mother being the leader of the house after my dad expired. I feel the lady is the leader, like she is the main pillar of the house. And she should not only be educated, but she should know everything. She should be mentally prepared also for anything which happens to her, and she should have the knowledge about everything, and she should be bold enough. So, when I myself, when I was thinking, I was always having this in mind that the female of the house, whether mother, whether daughter, or whoever, is the main person, because we are created by God in such a way that we can do multitasking. We all know that. So, because of that quality of multitasking, and when you see a lady just doing one task in the house, let's say only handling the house, but not able to do other things, because of whatever multiple reasons must be. So we want to actually get these kind of ladies out of the house, get them educated also, get them knowledgeable also, and the main aim of the board is to get them to the parallel income. So when we're talking about the parallel income about this board, we have Women Development Board, we call as WAP. So this board actually has the aim that whatever the male of the house is earning, the main pillar, the even the lady of the house should come to the parallel income.
Wow.
Why? Why? Because if you see the graph, the expenses, and it's going to be more expensive. Life is going to be very expensive, To have the balance of the house, you cannot have one earner in the house. So who's going to be the second earner in the house? Should be the female. Now, female has the power to earn and to handle the house also. So when she becomes independent, she can handle everything, and if she is educated, she can educate her child also. But if she is not educated, so from education to skill development to doing some programs to getting them go for a job, to pushing them, to counseling them, to going to their house, I mean, there's so much to do. So we are
Wow.
members, 25 members, and we get each of us get around 5 or 6 ladies. We need to monitor till the time she doesn't reach the parallel income of 30,000 minimum. So you can understand,
Oh,
it's like a report card that we have. A doctor has a report card. Okay, abhi aapko kya ho gaya hai? It goes on. So we are taking care of the graph, and we have to push. So for that, you need to be so strong mentally because you're doing your work, and we all are actually doing something or the other. We have our own professional life, but apart from that, this is what we've been doing, and trust me, it is amazing. It's amazing to go and speak to them. Even we've spoken to the husbands also, to convince them that please, allow her to kind of, take up the course or take up the studies or, go for a job or finding a business or anything like that. So this is the main motive of the book.
I mean, ma'am, it is such an amazing thing to listen that you go to village for your skill development program to get the students. After doing so much, you also have time for individual people and monitor them that they are also earning it parallelly. Hats off to you. I mean,
Yes.
how do you balance that? And I'm sure you yourself have a personal life. You also have children to work with and family to
Yes.
manage with. All these things going parallelly. Hats off the effort that you are putting in for changing a difference, creating a difference in one person life too.
Exactly.
Because if we does do that, I think our motive is sufficed.
Yes.
So it is very, very important that we are able to do that. And you're able to do this with so many life. Commendable.
But
Seriously,
I would like to
commendable.
say this, Romal, I would like to just put up this thing that life itself is so small and there's so much to do.
Ma'am, to this I disagree. Life is just not just the ages, but the experience that we gain. So life
I know.
cannot be solved because it has every moment a different
But there's so much to
experience.
do. There's so much to do. There's not only one thing. There are multiple things that we would like to do, and we always think कि कल कर लेंगे, कल टाइम मिल जाएगा तो कल से प्लान करेंगे. People do that way. But I feel कि कल क्यों करना है? जो चीज आज कर सकते हैं, you just squeeze in your time and just do it.
I agree because there's a difference between affordability and not affordability. You
Absolutely.
and me cannot afford to miss out the time which is present today. People,
Absolutely.
those who can afford the time to postpone, they are still there where they are, and you can see the difference where you are today
So
because you
where there is
cannot
a will,
afford.
it's all
Yes,
about will. Where there is a
absolutely.
will, way.
Yes, absolutely. Because this is all about this affordability law that is there. Until the people
Absolutely.
afford to keep the miseries with them, they are there in their comfort zone. The
True.
moment they want to go out of their comfort zone and don't want to afford anything, just want to change things, change this way for them. So,
Absolutely.
ma'am, absolutely, ma'am. One more thing before I come to an end of today's session. would really, really like to know from you that the career guidance that you give. And today, when you look at the industry where everything is online, things are not physical, which careers are most suitable? Because if you talk about service industry where human interaction is there and things are still not that okay. So,
Right.
what careers would you suggest parents to take it up for their kids when it comes to service industry?
So, if I have to give a message to the parents, or for that matter, even the students, so we're talking about, first of all, I would like to tell the parents this is a very, a message that I have been giving all through, in my career. That first of all, parents need to understand about the education industry. I've been always talking about, we've been talking about this education thing. It's not about just getting the child have a good percentage, and parents running behind just that, that if my child gets a good percentage, I'm sorted, he's sorted, and everything is sorted. So it's not about that. It's about knowing what your child really is made. What see, we all are having certain inner talent, inner skills we have. Avoiding those skills and pushing the child to do something which is not made for him or her will not give the result. The child may not be successful. So I would like to tell the parents that please don't do that. And I have been telling all around that when you see, because we all are born with some talent,
Hmm.
it's gifted by God. Let's understand. Some people are good in maybe in their painting. Some are having some dance, interest, or something else. So you just observe that as a parent, that what my child, and don't ignore that, because when you kill that natural gift that has been given by God, and you push the child somewhere else, he or she may actually go through that, but will that child be happy? So see, we are mixing two things here. We are talking about happiness because if you're happy, you will be successful. As it is, you will be successful. So if you want your child to be successful, in the end, it is that the child should be successful. You support. If it is just the passion of the child or just a hobby, don't let it go waste. Tell your child to do that also. Tell your child to do something which will give them the career also, but deleting the inner qualities and just ignoring the child is not going to help, because once they get hurt, they may not be successful. So this is the message for the parents, that you need to do this. Another thing you asked me about, now with this kind of environment, the pandemic and all that, because parents are shaken up totally. I'm talking about a
Absolutely.
parent who is just having a child, a 2 years old or 3 years old child who's in just preschool also. They are worried that कब तक इस तरह का online chalega and kya hoga. So many of them are what I have noticed, because we also have preschools here. We have our own Champs preschool. So we have 11 centers here in PCMC. So we are dealing with such kind of parents, and now they are so young, and still they are worried that we don't want to put my child for this online thing. So parents are really concerned today. We're talking about because of all this which is going on. But parents need to understand that this was to happen. What happened? We're talking about online studies. This was to happen. It just happened earlier. That's it. Else, India was changing, things was changing, everything was going digital. But with this kind of thing, what has happened, COVID-19 thing, and students coming online and not coping up initially last year, if you remember, even because we run online classes, so I remember students not understanding, students are not even talking about students, I'm talking about teachers also. Teachers are not
True.
comfortable, students are not comfortable, both are not comfortable, both are like not able to cope up. But what happened
Exactly.
today? What happened today? I'm talking about journey of 1 year now. They love to be online.
True.
They've started enjoying. Not only enjoying, they've come out with different kind of activities also. What to
True.
do? So many things
Absolutely.
we learned in this pandemic also. And I'm sure now students of India also, or for the world for that matter, knows that if we want to study tomorrow online, we can, offline we can. So they've got a gift, they've got ready for something which they were not prepared at all. They would never get prepared, trust me. So forcefully this has happened, but they have learned fantastically, trust me. Now what has happened, the syllabus is also covered. They have learned how to learn online. Tomorrow if they grow up, they want to do the MBA distance learning, they can do it. So we have learned
I
something
agree
great.
with you.
So it's a great thing that they have learned. Parents should be more than happy that today's student, when student used to go online, they used to be on social media, but today they are also learning something. It's not about only that. So everything is gone digital, and they have learned something great. So I feel there's nothing to worry about. Today or tomorrow, things are going to be online or offline also. But trust me, students are ready to take the studies online. It's a great opportunity.
Absolutely, ma'am.
India is just
Absolutely.
prepared. Indian students are just prepared right now to go for online studies, and still how to win that. That's the best thing, I feel.
I think this is a blessing in disguise that has happened with us through COVID
Yes.
19, where parents, kids, all of a sudden, they all of us think changed over a night and don't know what to do, and all have adopted it very beautifully, and things are going on at its own pace. Things are not the same which was there earlier. I'm sure teething issues are always there whenever you
Yes.
start anything new. Teething issues will definitely be there, but
Yeah.
now things have come very beautifully. Kids are learning, schools are going on. If even the platform we are today, it is because of online.
And actually, yes. Else we were only meeting, in person.
Exactly. Otherwise, generally, it's not possible to meet each and everybody and to know them personally. But I think
Right.
this sort of platform has given us opportunity to meet different people, and it is
Yes.
boundaryless. You can be in Pune and meet somebody there in California, Mexico, Spain. You don't know where people can get connected to you. So this is the beauty of the online platform.
So
So,
one
ma'am,
more thing I would like to add
yes,
here, Roman.
sure, ma'am.
Now, parents used to never come in the classroom and see what the student is doing. Today, parents come in the classroom and see what he or she is doing. The best thing is they are able to see what teacher is teaching, and even what my child is doing. Where in the classroom, if you see, they are not able to like go in every class and just see how the student is behaving, or how much he is learning, how much he is understanding. But today, just they have to peep and see, are everything is going good. Okay, well, they can hear actually. So that's the best part. What parents
Yes.
want, they can
They're
monitor.
more aware. Yes,
Yeah,
they're more aware of what
aware
the
about.
child
Yes,
is doing and what is being
absolutely.
delivered. So now the blaming game, the blame game doesn't play here. Things are more crystal clear. I would say rather
Right.
more transparent when it comes to
Yes.
online learning.
Yes.
So let's sum up the whole session with five learnings that Vastani has given us. First, there's a difference between knowledge. There's a difference between education and knowledge. Be knowledgeable. Second, being a woman, one should be not just be educated, but should also earn parallel to your spouse income so that you are not only dependent, but yes, satisfied of what you are doing, of being what you are. So it is very, very important that you can learn from Shirin Vastani. It is very important to work on a root. कोई भी चीज की रूट पे जाके ग्राउंड लेवल वर्क इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट यू डू वट एवर यू वॉन्ट टू डू बट ग्राउंड वर्क रियलिटी चेक एंड वर्किंग ऑन ground work is very very important. Third, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what from which background are you from. If you have that will, you can polish anybody. You can polish and groom anybody to the level where they can move ahead. And last thing, uh, don't think just about oneself. Think about the society holistically when you want to grow together. So these are the five beautiful lessons that we can learn from Shireen Vastani, and this was the gist of the whole conversation that we had it. So with this, ma'am, thank you so much for investing time with us, being here and answering all the questions, sharing your life openly with us. with different incidences that you have shared. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Bobby Karnani. Thank you so much, Romal, and the entire team.
Thank you so much. And viewers, those who are watching us, please share your comments and stay tuned with us with one more person, one more diamond coming tomorrow to maybe that person make some difference in your life. I'm sure Shirin would have definitely created that difference. But if you want to have that one more hammer, we're going to come tomorrow with one more person to create that difference in your life. So stay tuned to Idols of Pune on VNWC Business Glory page. Thank you. See you soon. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.